Hi guys, welcome to another video. Welcome to my Africana. If you're new here, subscribe, like, watch, comment down below. I know it's been such a long time. It's been a while since I did this, but here we are. And today I want to talk about my experience, my first time ever doing a wedding cake. Originally I thought that my first wedding cake would actually be my cake, because really getting someone to trust you with their centerpiece on their big day is really such a thing. You know, as a baker, it's something you actually look forward to. So for me, it took a while. Technically, I've been baking for 1.5 years, and in that time I was really praying to get my first wedding cake, and I finally did this year. I was very scared but very excited. I really didn't want to mess someone's big day. You know, there are those things that you cannot afford to mess up. It's not even allowed to do that. When she told me about it, I was like, hey, will I really manage? I didn't even trust that I could do it. I knew I could, but you see, there's that doubt that creeps in that you don't really know. So she told me 1 month to her wedding day, but then we started planning for it 2 weeks to the wedding date, because in between there was a lot of things on my side and also on her side. She sent me the photo. The only thing I realized, okay, because there's a concept she wanted, so the only thing that freaked me out was that it was a 4-tier cake. And wow, did I think about the structure, because you really need to ensure for those tall cakes that you have the structure right. For I think 2 days I was just there thinking about how will I deliver this cake. Imagine, I've not even started baking. I was delivering the cake to Kirinyaga. You can imagine, Nairobi and Kirinyaga, it's almost 2 hours, and then you also need to factor in the traffic that is usually there just before Sagana. If I get the directions correctly, there's usually a very long traffic there. You can stay there for 3 hours or not. So anyway, I know I can talk a lot, but I did a sticky note here to guide me. So 2 weeks to that date, the first thing that I did that I needed to do is plan on how to get the supplies, plan on when to get the supplies, plan on the timing, when to start baking, when to make sure that all the toppers are ready. If you are not able to do any topper on your cake, just buy the pre-made ones. For me, I really like challenging myself. I've never made sugar flowers. I decided to try making the sugar flowers, and I loved them. You know, I was so excited that my first time trying sugar flowers, they actually turned out so well. Yani, I was so happy by it. I think the highlight for me was the sugar flowers and the lace. I also made the lace for the first time, edible lace, because I don't even know where you buy edible lace. I was so elated. Yani, you know those things you do and you're proud of yourself. This cake was it for me. I made the sugar flowers by myself. I made the fondant I usually make by myself, and I made the lace by myself. I was so happy. I was so excited. Now, that is the planning bit. After I knew the materials I needed, there's the ingredients for the cake, and then we have the supplies for baking. So supplies are like drum boards, the structure rods, and the boxes and the boards. Those are the structure bit. And then now we start baking. I baked on Wednesday, made the sugar flowers on Wednesday, and the lace on Wednesday, and the fondant on Wednesday. I baked non-stop for 7 hours. You can imagine. So as the cakes are in the oven. I am out here making the flowers, making the lace. I was impressed. But after that day, I woke up in the morning of, I remember it was on a Thursday, and my feet hurt. Oh, gosh. I just, for the first time, I understood why people actually need a massage day or a day in the spa and all those things. Personally, I don't like them. But hiyo siku nilikuwa nataka tu, I wanted to soak my feet in warm water and just close my eyes. And then a girl needs to hustle. Anyway, that was the planning bit. So that on Friday, I do covering and attaching the decorative pieces. So yeah, that is what I did. Now to the transport. Transportation was my nightmare. Yani, I was just there. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I usually have these Toolkit boxes. That is what I put them in. So for each cake, I boxed them up and then I put them. I had to arrange them. If I would have gone ahead with the first plan to stack everything here so that when I go, it's just to place and do the setup in less than 5 minutes, I would have really landed into trouble. Because that day, we got traffic. So we left Nairobi at around 6. We were getting there at around 10:30, 11. Place here 2 hours or 1 hour, 30 minutes or 45 minutes. So I didn't stack the cake here. I stacked them in the car, ile tu kuekelea boxes on boxes and then securing them so that even if there's movement, it's not movement that will cause damage to the cakes. So we did that. On the wedding day, I went to assemble them. But then, something very interesting happened. Do you know, usually you get to the venue, or what I've observed, you get to the venue and you're among the first people, plus the deco guys and whatnot. But this case, the reception and the ceremony was in the same place. Do you know I had to assemble that cake while people are watching me? I was so scared. Imagine setting up a 4-tiered cake in public where anything can go wrong. There's no room for messing up. It was something else. We managed to do that. Of course, he helped me. I got some long cake stands, but there was a flaw in one of the logs in terms of symmetry. So the other ones, the individual pieces were okay. But this centerpiece, I realized that one of the sides of the log stand was slightly slanting, and that is a problem. You know, here I am, I trust my structure, I trust everything that I've done, but then I realized that there's one part of the puzzle that can actually mess it up. We adjusted it such that it's okay. Then, and everything was beautiful. So when we went, and then guys came back now dancing and everything. So all this time I'm just praying, let not anyone tamper with how we've done the setup, because now you see I know there's a flaw in one of the stands, but I've already rectified it. And then the deco team messed it up. I don't know what happened. So we're back and we're dancing, and then my husband signals me, babe. I look at the cake and I can see it's not as straight as I want it to be. It's slightly slanting, but I know it cannot fall down, and I know my structure. I actually knew that even if you do this on the cake, it won't fall because I've really secured it. But then what bugs me is that it's not perfectly straight. And then I'm watching guys that we're all dancing around it. Yani, I didn't have peace. I really didn't have peace. I wanted to go and just do the adjustment, but then I don't know. So I called the cake matron and I requested her to go and adjust it for me. No one was noticing what my husband and I are noticing, but I am noticing it. I am the one who has baked the cake, and I know, those things that unajua, it's supposed to be this way, not. So she just went and adjusted it a little bit, and there we had our cake was okay. To cut the long story short, planning went well, execution went well, baking and all those things, everything went well. Even that small hiccup that could go wrong, it didn't go wrong. So I was very happy personally. I was so happy. We've talked about planning, we've talked about time and execution and delivery. It was intense. The lessons that I got from this experience is that ensure you plan, ensure you time yourself well, and ensure the structure of the cake it will save you. If there's anything you're going to take from this video, is the structure. You can plan, you can do anything your way, but ensure that the cake has structural integrity. That way nothing utapata heart attacks during the wedding or the event. Last but not least is the toolkit. If you're the one who is going to do the setup as a baker, just travel with a toolkit. Let me share with you what my toolkit had. It had a pair of scissors, a rolling pin, fondant rolling pin. I also had cornstarch and fondant in both colors. I had an extra flour, an extra band, 2 sets of printing brush, scissors, and all those things. Anyway, I think I have talked for a long time. I didn't want this video to be too long. So if you're still watching, thank you very much. If you're a baker and this will be your first time baking, it's good to have a little fear, but trust yourself, trust the skills that you've managed to get this far, and trust that you're able to execute it effectively. So trust that you're competent enough to do this. I just want to thank the bride for trusting me with her cake. I really am thankful. I also want to thank my husband for helping me. It wouldn't have been possible without him. Ile just saying it out loud. That was my first wedding cake experience. I learned a lot. And anyway, guys, I am so excited to be able to do this video, and I'm happy about how this year has turned out. It's just thank you guys for supporting my channel, for watching. If you haven't watched other videos, you can show some love. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps grow the channel. And what else? Share. Share widely. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Leave your comments down below. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, if I don't see you guys again before New Year, because that mimi nataka kwenda kurudishia mwili shukrani. Maybe I'll see you next year or I'll see you this year. Inalingana tu kama nitajivinjari hadi nijisahau or not, so we'll see. Anyway, bye guys, see you.